I gotta thank Kimberly for that one, although the little kiss I just got, I'm gonna have lipstick and they're gonna pretend I'm doing like the DeSantis high heel drag thing. So for the record, you guys saw the potential transfer of lipstick. It wasn't me, okay? How you guys doing today? What do you think of the world right now, guys? What was Donald Trump right about? Every damn thing. Right? Everything they accused Donald Trump of, everything they said he would do, World War III, tanking the economy, ridiculous policy, is all happening under Joe Biden. They're crushing us with their ridiculous policies. They're indoctrinating our kids. They're telling us there's 4,978 genders, and since I started this speech about 90 seconds ago, they've probably added a few more. These people have lost their minds, but you know what? They turn a blind eye to it, right? Imagine it was, say, I don't know, the Don Jr. laptop from hell. Do you think it would be a problem? Yeah. Do you think if I was getting checks from the Chinese government, you think that'd be a problem? We lived through Russia collusion and all of those lies, but when you have actual China collusion, it's not a problem. Because that's what's going on right now in D.C., folks. There's rules for you, and there's rules for them. The 2020 Summer of Love riots, remember, it was a mostly peaceful protest with buildings burning in the background. Mostly peaceful, you know. If you take over a couple courthouses, that kind of stuff. I'm told that's an insurrection, but again, it doesn't apply that way, right? Those people can burn down buildings, they can loot, riot, steal, murder. But no, in the name of social justice, it's different, it's fine. You know, yeah, I mean, the Gucci shoes that they stole, that's totally fine. It was for social justice, it's different. Just trying to figure that one out, right? I'm trying. You may do a better job of this than me, sir. But think about that. Think of the people right now in the last couple months who've been sentenced to 20 years in jail for peacefully protesting. Meanwhile, I'm watching anti-Semites chanting for genocide at some of the finest universities. I say finest in air quotes because at this point, they're full of shit. They can do that again. No consequence, nothing. While they mortgage your family's future to the hilt. While they're getting ready to send your children, not theirs, to yet another one of their endless wars. But don't worry, folks. We're told the adults are back in charge. Remember that one? The adults were back in charge. I remember watching our Secretary of State right after the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal, right? And I quote, Anthony Blinken, he said, he is shocked and dismayed that the Taliban did not install a more diverse and inclusive government in Afghanistan. I mean, think about this. These people want us to take them seriously. They're shocked that there wasn't like a trans coalition. You know, last week they were throwing gays off of buildings. This week they're going to have a seat at the table. Did you really think that was going to happen? Yeah. Yes. You should help me with this speech, sir, because, yes, take down the UN, because all we do Yeah. No. Speaking of serious people, right? The UN has, like, Iran on the Human Rights Watch. Like, the world's leading state sponsor of terror gets to sit on that committee. I don't know. Seems a little bit freaking insane, but, that's just me. I have an IQ, unlike the people involved. They were the same people that were on the women's rights panel like 2 years ago. I don't know. They don't seem to be in favor of women's rights, but minor details, right? But we fund all of it. It was like what my father did with NATO. You have an agreement. You're putting X% of GDP towards protecting yourselves. They just choose not to pay. My father said, we're going to make you pay your fair share. How dare they? Because they're used to an America run by freaking morons who are on the take. Those leaders have a deal in paper to actually do X, but they're like, why would we do X if we know that the U.S. will take your hard-earned money and fund it anyway? Right? While you can't afford grocery stores. And guys, I'm not pretending. Like, I get it. I know where I'm from. I'm the son of a billionaire from Manhattan. And if I go to a grocery store today and I'm pissed off, no, what does it tell you? How is it that I get it and they don't? All right. Again, they want to get us in another war. Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell. Yeah, no. All right, we're going to do a little survey because the fake news is here and covering this, and I've done this. A little survey from the crowd. All right. Because I hear from Mitch McConnell that funding the Ukraine is the #1 priority of Republicans across America. See, it sounds like you're with me, but I'll take a chance. There's... No. I saw Mitch when he wasn't doing a Mitch glitch, when it's just... Sorry. When Mitch wasn't in glitch, he'll tell you that funding Ukraine's the #1 priority for Americans right now, Republicans across the board. And I say this, I have been in front of, this crowd alone would have put me in front of more real Republicans than Mitch McConnell has ever been in front of in his entire 4,000-year career. All right. This is like close to the 20th time I've done this. This is the largest group, but between 2,000 and 5,000 people I've done this. Raise your hand if funding yet another never-ending war in Ukraine is a top 3 priority for you in this room. Sir, you're not raising your hand. You're booing, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. How about, is it a top 10 issue for you? Has a single hand, because they'll call me fake news, I'll be canceled, I'll be thrown off social media, I'll be put in the gulags where the Democrats would put us all if they had a choice. Did anyone see a single hand go up that funding Ukraine is a top 10 issue for what? 10,000 people here? Not one. I got one person one time, he raised his hand, one person. It wasn't a top 3 issue, it was a top 10 issue for him. And I said, sir, why is it top 10? Well, he goes, I'm from Ukraine. I was like, okay, I understand. So now we've surveyed about 30,000 people, and and one guy. But it doesn't matter. He'll still do that. He's still going to try to roll the new Speaker of the House to believe it. They're going to put in front of him intelligence reports, folks. And you know what those intelligence reports are? Also bullshit, yes. It will be propaganda designed to get whatever the deep state wants. So Mitch, Senate Republicans, rhinos, listen to the people here. For once, we would like some actual representation from our representatives. This should not be that hard, folks, and yet it is. Those people who we send to D.C. need to actually start listening to those who send them there. Not to do what they want, not to get some board seat at Raytheon to sell more missiles, to mortgage our children's and our grandchildren's future, so we can fund some of the most corrupt countries in the world and get nothing for it. It's happening in Ukraine. It happens every time. Because you know what? They don't care. Their retirement plan is to get on the boards of those companies. You only get on the boards of those companies by selling more missiles. And it's a vicious cycle that goes forever. It never stops. And you know what? I'm not sending my kids or yours to go die to get Zelensky another house. No way. And if they do, vote them out. They better start listening, because that's what's going on. Where are the checks and balances? Well, we have none. Ukraine, just so we're clear, prior to them becoming the next deity, right? The left has deities. It went from climate change, led by Lord Priestess Greta Thunberg. COVID became the next religion of the left, right? Led by High Priest Fauci. An imbecile, but, what difference does it make? Now it's COVID, now it's Ukraine. I don't know. It seems fair, because I know that if I lied to the American people the way he lied to the American people, in a position like that, I'd be in jail. No, I would, because, and you know why you know how he lied? Because his emails to his colleagues in medicine are the exact opposite of everything he told the American people. He never met a TV camera he didn't love. And this dwarf that everyone probably beat the shit out of his whole life finally had a moment. Right? Finally had a moment, was on the cover of every magazine. He has the page, making millions of dollars and other stuff while lying to all of us. This is how our government functions. There's no accountability for that. But Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and the Biden grandchildren and Hunter's mistress and Hunter's girlfriend, which was also his wife, his brother's wife, and I mean, they can all take money from China and nothing happens. I'm wondering why grandchildren, but your favorite president, Donald Trump, but who kept us out of wars, who put us in jobs, who led the strongest economy in American history. They want to put him in jail for 1,000 years. And maybe the death penalty, because, we all understand that he is a very young and vibrant man, unlike Joe Biden. But 1,000 years still feels like a lot, doesn't it? Seems excessive, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you challenge the power of the deep state, the power of the swamp. And guys, that's why they're going after my father the way they are. They understand that now, especially now, it's worse now than in 16, right? In 16, they figured this could never possibly happen. The American people would take arguably the least likable old hag in the history of old hags, Hillary Clinton, and somehow elect this person, Yeah, they were going to elect crooked and everything was going to be fine. But now they realize that Trump has your backing. He has the American people. He has a track record now of actually winning and getting things done. You guys make this easy for me. You know, I like to come up here organic. I don't have the note. It's not like Joe Biden, right? Struggling to get the teleprompter. The American people are doing great under Bidenomics. Pause for applause. I think someone said it best, right? Then, you know, the stage is about this size. And whatever they gave him to make him, he's never coherent, but like borderline semi-coherent. In about 90 seconds, it wears off. And then, I forget who, I saw it somewhere. It was sort of the perfect, and Joe Biden turns into a Roomba. Well, guys, I, for one, know that literally no one should feel safe that a Roomba has the nuclear codes. What do you think happens when they call Joe Biden at 3 a.m. when something goes wrong? No, they don't. And you know how they don't? Because on October 7th, when a terrorist organization flew paragliders with machine guns into a daytime concert, murdering and killing innocent women, children in Israel, we didn't get a response from him till after lunch. No, but think about that. Think about that. They couldn't bother to respond because, you know, they couldn't even probably wake him up. He wasn't present, and you know he's not. Again, none of it matters because Joe Biden, for the Democrats, has actually been effective pushing the radical leftist agenda. And that's what it is today, folks. There are no more Democrats in power. There are radical Marxist communists. They would jail each and every one of you. They're not pretending about it anymore because they're doing that to your grandmother who may have walked in between the velvet ropes taking a selfie on January 6th. It never ends, right? Anyone and anything in their way, they will destroy. They will lock up their political opposition. They are functioning like the communist dictators so many of the great people of Hialeah escaped from. When I talk to guys like my friend Jorge, when Jorge Masvidal did this, we did this in 20. We went around. His story, if he gave you the longer form version, is so incredible with his father and escaping. And so many of the people in this very theater right now understand what it means. There's a reason that the boats only go one way, folks. Okay? Despite what Bernie Sanders tells you, it's not so good. He's telling you the great virtues of communism and socialism, you know, from one of his 4 vacation homes, right? It's a little different. But everyone in this room right now understands exactly what we're fighting for. They understand exactly what's at stake. And that's why we need to end the nonsense, you know, the dog catcher debate going on down the road, like, you know. No, but that's the problem. The Republicans are guilty of this stuff too, right? You know why that's continuing? Not because they have a chance. You can see that just by looking at this room, looking at this area. But because there's a couple billionaires that gave more money to a super PAC, and the consultants who are all part of the DC swamp will take about 60 to 75% of that money into their own pockets by running the ad by hiring their marketing team to come up with another brochure. It never ends. So they're going to drag that out. They're going to burn all that money that we could be using to defeat this sickness, the depravity that is today's Democrat, Marxist, Communist Party. Guys, we need to end this nonsense, and we need to save our country, because it's not going to save itself. Our leaders have failed us for decades. The results you got from Trump, despite unprecedented incoming from your media, unprecedented assistance, lies, and bullshit from big tech, unprecedented sabotage from Republicans. You got results because you had someone that can actually deliver, someone who'd actually done it, someone who's actually signed the front of a paycheck, not just been a taker. We can do that again, guys, but we cannot do it without each and every one of you calling out the nonsense, calling out the bullshit, talking to your friends, and fighting like you've never fought before. Because, guys, there is a point of no return. And they're hoping they get there. They're hoping they demoralize you so badly that you think there's no chance. That you believe, that you don't believe your lying eyes, right? You go to the grocery store. No, it's all good. No, I saw this. Did you guys see the last week in the New York Times, Paul Krugman, Nobel laureate economist, right? He won a Nobel Prize in economics, and he says, no. He shows a nice, beautiful graph. It shows inflation coming down. The problem is there's an asterisk. Inflation, he says, is going great if you do not include a couple of things. Everything, yeah. Inflation is going along perfectly if you don't include housing, energy, food, and transportation. Hey, if you don't include literally everything that you need to survive, things are going great, folks. You can get transgender surgeries like 50% off. Everything else, you're paying like 3x. That, minor details. But that's what they're doing. They changed the way they record the statistics. They changed the methodologies they did to make it look great because they think that you're just going to blindly follow their nonsense. But we get it. We see it. As much propaganda as they run and create, they can't fool us anymore because we're on to their lies and we see it. It's not going to stop them. It's not going to stop them, guys. Only you can stop them. Only you can put an end to it. But I see you. You guys will. Because we love freedom. We love our country. We love God. We love our Constitution. And we are going to fight for our children and the next generation. Thank you, Hialeah. God bless you all. Thank you.